Was you ever the little cousin? I mean, I was the little cousin. I used to get beat up all the time. I used to have to play with the busted controller. I used to have to pick the worst characters in all the games and such. Man, being a little cousin was annoying. But there was one little benefit that they had, and it was when we was playing Streets of Rage. See, my cousins always used to want to play as Max or Axel, and I ain't never want to play with them. I wanted to play with Blaze, and of course, Skate. So let me tell you about my favorite little jit from back when I was a jit. Go ahead, subscribe. One time for the one time. Now, if you haven't heard of Streets of Rage before, it's this old school beat 'em up, right? Sega had one. Everybody really had one. You know, you had your Final Fights, you had your TMNTs, you had everything, right? Bruh, there were so many of them that it's kind of hard to pick what was the best one. I mean, truth be told, one of my favorites is the Scott Pilgrim one, but like, what is we even talking about? That came out in the 2000s. Anyway, Streets of Rage, though, was one of the best, if not the best. By the time you got to Streets of Rage 2, though, we talking about perfection. So, the story of Streets of Rage is you going throughout town because you got to fight Mr. X because he done took over the whole city. So you got to beat up basically the whole city. You got to just run through everybody. Mom and pop shops, twins, whatever. They all got to get their hands, right? And along the way, you got like a little special power up that you can do. And bruh, it's like you calling in missile strikes to clean up the city. Wildness, right? The 90s was about that. Streets of Rage 2, however, they kind of toned it down, at least in my experience, because aside from Axel hitting like a dragon fist and Skate being able to punch you in the head like 20 times, there wasn't really the same like cinematic elements. But how we even get Skate? Well, in the first game, there was this black dude named Adam, right? He was slow, he was strong. Streets of Rage 2, he get kidnapped. And they was just like, hey yo, we got two new characters for you. We got Max and we got Skate. And Max, he looked like he can fight. Like, he big, he bully, he's slow as hell, bro. And to me, personally, he wasn't even really fun to play with. The few times that I got to play with him when I got bigger and stuff, when I could fight back against my cousins. But when I was playing Skate, bro, I'm moving around, I'm zooming, I'm booming, I'm doing everything. Not to mention, Skate had all these, like, little super moves and such. Like, you could hit this little backflip. Boy, cold. Now, of course, in Streets of Rage, your super moves cost health because there wasn't really, like, a stamina meter. When it comes down to Skate, I think he was one of my favorite young kid characters because like a lot of the time when you get like a young kid character, they just really annoying, right? And one of the benefits of Skate is that he don't really talk aside from, you know, like his strikes and stuff. And so you ain't got to really listen to like, hey guys, we need to be down with the hood and stuff. Like none of that, bruh. It's legitimately just young boys show up, boop, 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 show up, goop, 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 show up, and that's it, G. Like, Buddy is strictly about action, like everybody else is, so he don't seem too weird. Yeah, he a little short. Yeah, he the youngest. And so what? When you playing as the youngest, and you is the youngest, it's kind of nice to be able to keep pace with everybody. Oh, he don't got the max damage. Max has maximum damage. You ain't playing with him because he too slow. You can't even keep up, broski. What are we talking about, son? So, like I told you, Skate is Adam's little brother. All he really do, skate, b-boy, and beat people up. Some of these bosses, bruh, look, it took me and my cousin focused, locked in to beat this game on easy. I ain't gonna lie. We was not beating this game on hard. To this day, I don't think I've beaten that game again since I like turned 20, and I ain't been 24. Then you get into the fact that like you still got to take on Mr. X, and Mr. X apparently got money for robots, and it's like, bro, what is this fight situation? Like, how are we doing this battle? But it's a fighting game. Well, it's a beat 'em up, so you already know that the good guys gotta win. All you gotta do is make sure that you don't quit. But it's wild going up against all these people because like one of them had a jetpack, and you start off, here's your narrative escalation. You get like, oh, there's a bartender who's kind of a prick, to you fighting robots. And then when you finally take on Mr. X to get Adam free, he ain't even like no joke. Like you still gotta like run the ones with him because he's super duper hard to fight. But you still beat him. I mean, I did back in the day. I don't know if I could do it again, but I definitely did back in the day. But hey, what's your favorite beat 'em up from when you was a kid? I'm DUN, and I'm done yapping. Deuces.